Hello everybody, my name is David. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. I would like to just talk to you about my research thesis, which is impediments to artificial intelligence and digital transformation for educators in Thailand. But I'm actually going to change it to Japan because I'm wanting to go back to Japan. I think Japan is on the cusp of this digital innovation revolution. I've noticed a few things about living in Thailand versus Japan, and what I've noticed is that the Japanese are much more methodical and patient with things. And I think that the sustained transformation that has occurred over the last 10 years in Japan is something that will allow for further development. So what is it that I'm interested in? There are a lot of applications for education and training overseas, for workplace and also education, but how do we adjust them for another culture? A couple of years ago I introduced an Australian government accredited TESOL training program in Japan, and it wasn't designed for the way that Japanese people have historically learnt. And now that is where my research is. So if we have a training program from overseas, how can we make it so that it makes sense to Japanese students, or the Japanese learners? How do we look at the modifications required and the editing required to make it suitable for the Japanese culture? But not only in Japan, what about South Korea? What about China? What about Taiwan? What is it? And I'm actually looking at the epistemological culture theory and the inhibition theory, and looking at how I can use these to better inform Australian programs and training material and training providers. How can we better inform ourselves of how to present the training in a different culture to Australia? I think it'd be very interesting. So I'm actually looking for a university that would support me. I have already written a course on design thinking and digital communication that I can run at any university in Japan. In English, of course. I think it's very important to do that. And plus my Japanese is terrible because I'm not in Japan right now, so I forget it very quickly. And I think that it would take me a couple of years, but I think that we're on the cusp, on the verge of that transformation revolution, and the courses that I've made are going to be very helpful, especially when Japanese are cooperating and coordinating with non-Japanese or overseas partners. I think it's going to be very important. But also, just being able to do this research in Japan, I think will be very helpful and very insightful to education training providers from outside of Japan, so they can concentrate on how to provide a quality product for the Japanese market, and as I said, other countries in East Asia. So if you'd like to hear more from me, more about my proposal, please do get in contact with me. I'd love to hear from you, and maybe we can work out something to get me back to Japan as soon as possible. So thank you very much, good people, and have a fantastic day. Bye for now.